Okay guys, welcome back to Absolver. Today we got a pretty cool episode. I had a subscriber submit a deck to me, and I had almost the full deck, and it's a kicks only deck, which I like. I like these challenge decks. I was missing this jump to spin kick, so I went and I did 3 or 4 combat trials until I found someone who had it, and I just kept fighting them until I completely learned the move, and now I have the full deck. It's a pretty strong, high-power deck. He says that he used this as his main combat deck for a while, and it worked really well for him, so I'm hoping it'll do the same for us. So a big shout out to Kabbo. Thank you for the sub, thanks for the comments, thank you for this deck, and let's just jump into it and see how well it goes. Okay guys, I've been trying to record this video for the better part of a week, on and off again doing fights, and it's not working for me. I had high hopes going into this, because I used the majority of the deck, minus the 360 kick, for a few fights while I learned the 360 kick, and I got a couple wins. But as soon as I added it, for whatever reason, the skill level of my opponents, or I don't know, maybe the skill level of my opponents before, like I was testing, just wasn't as high. So, something happened. 35 fights. And that had 33 losses with this deck. Now, that's not necessarily because of the deck being bad, but it's definitely not my playstyle. My deck is speedy combos, light fast attacks, and then mix it up with the alternates. And this deck has a lot of slow starts and not very many evasive moves. It's definitely better at initiating combat. It's got a really good, the top left and the bottom right are both very good for initiating combat, especially if you do the dash back and then kick forward. It's really, really good. I enjoy that. I actually enjoyed that a lot. I also really enjoyed the tornado kick. That I'm thinking about putting that into my deck. The timings are all really weird. It'll go slow, slow, fast, fast, slow, slow, fast. And it's all over the place. It's really hard to gold link unless you've been using the deck for a long time. It's got one fast starting attack. That's the bottom left where it does the little leg sweep. But the range is so short that you're going to get caught with anyone with a longer reach. They're just going to be able to hit you first, and that's not really great. Yeah, I don't know. I struggled with this deck. I struggled with making this video. I did try with both Windfall and Stagger Style. Windfall did a little better because this deck is pretty stamina intensive. Being able to regen some of my stamina on a dodge was really good. But with all the slow starts, with both the Windfall and the Stagger Style, any dodge that I did, but by the time I would go to get my next hit off, they had already punched me. It was just not great. There are a few changes that I would make personally to the deck, and that would be just some faster moves, something that felt a little more fluid. The deck is pretty choppy when it comes to the directions it goes and the difference between fast and slow. And the alternates just feel kind of weird. However, this deck can make some really cool combos where you just hit square, triangle, and it back and forths really, really well. And I caught a few people like that. The deck is very powerful, so it breaks anyone who's just trying to block. And because of how unfluid it is, it's actually really good for catching people in dodges or who are trying to parry a lot. It's really hard for them to hone in on what you're going to be doing next. But it was really hard for me to play, and I do apologize for not being able to make like a better video of 40 wins in a row or anything like that. Yeah, I couldn't get a win. The only 2 wins I did get were from an underlevel player who, I don't know, was goofing off or something, but he didn't play very well, and the other guy timed out because he went AFK. So that was a thing. yeah, I don't know. I apologize to Kabbo for not being able to do his deck justice, but I figured I'd showcase it and show it off to you guys. Maybe you guys will have better luck with this Kicks deck. Yeah, anyways, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll check you guys again next time. Bye-bye.